Hi friends, I hope you have had a fantastic weekend. Mine was pretty great, lots of good things. What I wanted to talk about today was how absolutely detrimental this concept of children are to be seen, not heard. I honestly feel that it has been extremely detrimental to our society and a part of why the world is the way it is right now. Because if you teach children that they are to be seen and not heard, and to essentially get in line and become good little worker bees, that's what they become as an adult as well. That is the problem of our society as a whole right now. We think we're supposed to just keep our head down and work, make our money, live our lives, deal with our family only, and live the American dream. And what a bunch of BS that is. I think as a collective, we're starting to understand this a little bit more. And I feel like possibly my generation might have been one of the last generations, hopefully, that will be raised on that type of parenting. What you learn from birth to about the age 13 is the foundation for the rest of your life. So if you are told that you are never supposed to express your opinion, you are never supposed to make a scene, you are never supposed to feel any emotion vocally and express any emotion vocally, that's what you will do for the rest of your life. And that is really what keeps people so trapped and so lonely and so distant from others. The whole agenda and the whole narrative is even more blatant in this world that we're in today because they're trying to keep us apart. Because they know what happens when we all actually stand together, when we all take care of each other and do our part in society and do our part as a collective for each other. I was talking about this with my husband yesterday. And I feel like there are two types of people in the world. There are the givers and the takers. The ones that continue to give and give and give until they bleed themselves dry, and the ones that take and take and take and never give a thing. And those two types of people have been created in this world out of be seen, not heard mentality, I believe. We were never supposed to be one or the other. We were supposed to be both of those ideas combined. If you are giving and someone else is taking, then someone else is giving to you and you're taking. It's supposed to be a continuous cycle in of itself. I don't believe we are supposed to be lacking in anything because what one person has, the other person might not. You know, I might have fruits and vegetables. You might have, meat and dairy. We both give to each other and we both have all that we need to survive. That type of mentality. So tying this all together in the grand scheme of things, when you keep yourself quiet from fear of being rejected, from fear of people not agreeing with you, from fear of just actually being heard, because in all honesty, that has been my fear. I didn't know what would happen if people actually knew what went on inside my head. Because it's a pretty crazy place up here, honestly, sometimes, the things that I think about. But the more open I've become and the more okay with changing my mind and holding myself accountable and responsible for the things that I have thought and no longer think, and the new things that I believe today, the more powerful I've become and the more inspiring I have become to others. The leader of the home group that I go to, he talks about how it's so important to talk, even if you're just talking to yourself, because there's sometimes that you have something inside of you that you can't just think on. You have to actually let it out and essentially discover what's inside of you by just listening to yourself. I do this all the time. I have full-on teachings, full-on podcasts that come out of my mouth when I'm alone all the time. And I love those times because then I can really understand what I'm actually thinking, and I can really understand the concepts that I've been turning over in my head for months now. And it's extremely powerful and liberating. So I'm really proud of a lot of people because there are more and more truthers every day coming onto platforms like this and expressing themselves and sharing their truth and sharing their little piece of the puzzle. So in a age of a information WAR, it's very important to express your opinions, your thoughts, your piece of the puzzle, because they want us to believe that we are all alone, that we are the minority, when we know for a fact that we are the majority. That's all MSN is trying to portray. That us truthers are the crazy ones, and we're the ones that need to be dealt with as if we were a, I don't know, like something that makes you sick. Something that they're trying to say is taking over the world right now. Wink, wink. So I encourage you to share your piece. And it does not have to look like the way that I do it, or any of the other truthers on YouTube or Rumble or BitChute or any of the other platforms. It can look like something just as small as planting the seeds in your small community of people that you talk to every day. Not yelling at them because we know that never works. Not saying that they're wrong because we know that never works. But just simply asking questions and seeing what their answers are. Don't reply, because eventually they'll start to see that their answers to those questions sound ridiculous, because once they verbalize it, they'll start to understand, which is why it's so important to start talking. So you are very much allowed to be seen and heard and take up space. We are physical matter. We are meant to take up space. We have a voice that releases frequency and sound, and it's meant to be heard. And we also have the physical body that's meant to be seen. And I am preaching to my own choir right here, because this is something not easy for me. And I know it's not easy for a lot of people because of that mentality, because of that inner voice from our parents that didn't know any better, or maybe they did. But you're allowed to be seen. You're meant to be seen, you're meant to be heard, and you're meant to take up space. So start doing it. That's all. Have a great day.